Hi everybody, my name's Brendan. Welcome to Tangle Break. Today we're going to be doing this tile using the tangles Nace, Rixty, and Tipple. We're going to be following the 8 basic steps of the Zentangle Method. Step number 1 is gratitude and appreciation. I'm thankful for the time that we're able to take a break from our day to relax and draw. And the supplies that we're going to use are a black Micron 08 pen, a pencil, a Tortillon, and a 3.5-inch white tile. And this tile was inspired by Project Pack number 28 from Zentangle headquarters. So let's get started. And grab your tile and your pencil, and the second step is making the corner dots. And today we're going to go straight to the tangle, so grab your pen. We're going to do it a little out of order and go halfway and put a dot on the bottom and the side and connect the dots. And we're going to make Nace going across here. Now go to the center of the space left on either side and then connect those dots. Okay, now we're going to make triangles going across, and then picture where it would just go off the tile. And I'm picturing on this side also where it would go. All right. The next step is we're going to aura the triangles. So just come in a little bit and aura on the inside here. I'm going to turn my tile because I want aura on the inside on this side also. Okay. I'm going to turn my tile back to how I started. And I'm going to fill in the top triangles. Just blacken them in with the ink. And I'm going to put a little hump on top just so that the triangles actually come across the border of what we made. Just a little bit. It'll give it like a little bit of detail here. It's a cool effect. You'll see. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing here. Just come out just a little bit just to give it a little hump and fill it in. So it just comes out a little bit raised. Okay, I'm going to do it again here. Just a little bit of a hump and fill it in. This tangle nace always reminds me of a snake. I love it. I think it's really interesting, but it reminds me of a snake. And then put a little hump on this and just picture where it would just go off the tile. Okay, now I'm going to aura all the way down, all these little bump outs that we made, all the way down. All right. Now I'm going to turn my tile, and then on this part, I'm going to make squiggly little lines. Just squiggly little lines going down. Gives a little look of texture. Just squiggle. Okay, and then across the bottom here, let's aura this line here. And there you have it. This is Nace. And like I said, it reminds me of a snake. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is rixty. So I'm going to come up with a stem, and I'm going to let it go off in 2 directions. Just splitting here. Now I'm going to put a little line at the top here, and then on either side I come in to make 2 triangles, one on either side, and fill it in. And then I'm going to aura around it, sort of like a curve to it. Doesn't have to be totally straight. And that's it. That's rixty. And so now we're going to do the same thing. Put a little hat on that. Bring it in. So you have your 2 triangles. Now I'm going to aura around the 2 triangles that I just made. All the way around. A little curve here. And there we go. And we're just going to let it grow. And I'm going to put a little detail here. A little skinny little triangle there. And we're just going to let it grow in both directions and up high. So I'm going to do again the 2 stems splitting, and then I'm going to put the hat with the triangles, fill it in, aura around it, and we'll just keep going. On this one, let's see, I think I'm going to let it go up and let it just stop here. So I'm putting like the little end top to it. So just sort of like it's going to sprout and grow another one eventually. And then I'm putting a little more detail, little lines coming through so the stem looks like it's just weaving through all this. And rixty can just grow when you're doing it in any direction, and you can get caught up in just going over and growing it. I've had lots of fun growing rixty. And then putting your little detail in, putting your little hat on with your triangles, and then aura. Sometimes I do single rixties, and sometimes I have, like I'm doing today with the splits. You can do it either way. You can get mesmerized very easily, very quickly. So let's go ahead and put a topper on this one. Okay. So now we'll go in this direction. This is one of those tangles that just grows in any direction you want to go, and you just go with it. Whatever feels right for your tile. So we'll stop on this side for now. Let's go work on the other side. Okay, so let's let this one grow some. I'm gonna let it split in 2. Okay, here we go. All right, my hat little thing here, my triangles, then aura, And I'm going to let it just go underneath the one right beside it where it touches it. But that's what you can do. You can always go underneath anything that's really close if you need to. And then aura around this one. All right, let's go on up here and split again. Your little hat and triangles. And then aura. And I just sort of curve it. Sometimes I put points on the end. Sometimes I just curve it. Because they're, they can all have variations. It's the details that are fun. Put my little marks on the stems here. Okay, let's go up the top here. And I'm going to do it another one, just a single one coming out. Let's see, let's go ahead and put a top here, coming up and back. And on this one, I think I'm going to put a second top so it looks like it'll be a split when it keeps growing. Let's put a topper on this one. And then over here, let's go ahead and finish this one with a little topper, a little curved topper. All right, I think Rixty is looking pretty good here. So now let's go ahead and fill in with Tipple, which is just making little orbs. We're going to put in all these little crevices here just to make it look full. And then in between the little Tipple orbs, you can just ink it in. So where you see the little white areas in between, just ink it in. And I'm going around to all these little crevices and drawing these little orbs. And in some places, I'll draw behind, like right there in that little crevice. So it looks like it's behind the rixty. And I'm going to work my way all the way around. On the inside here, I'm going to fill it in with the tipple. And then along the outer edge, I'll just put some orbs here and there. Whatever you feel like, just filling in the space. I think a few more on the outer edges here. All right, let's look around. A couple more here. Okay, when you feel like you have finished all of your tipple and orbs, we'll keep moving on here. I think that'll do it. Yep, that'll do it. All right, so now let's connect the dots that we made with our pencil at the very beginning to make our border now. And we're going to draw underneath the tangles that we've done. Okay, now I'm going to do it again. So I'm going to come on the inside of each corner and do another dot and then connect those. All right. So now let's go ahead and ink in this border. Just blacken it in all the way around. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to aura this border. So let's go ahead and make our dots on the outside corners all the way around. And then we're going to connect the dots, drawing underneath any of the tangle that pops out. Okay, we're going to add a little more detail, and we're going to aura on the inside of the blackened border. So make a dot on the inside corner, and then we'll connect these dots, drawing underneath the tangles that we've already drawn. All right. I love how it turned out. Okay, so the next step is we're going to shade. So grab your pencil and we're going to shade on the inside of these triangles where the little squiggly lines are. And then on the outer edge of Nace, so it raises it up off of the tile. And then I'm going to go around on the inner edge of the border all the way around. Okay, now along rixty, along the edges and around rixty to make the orbs and the tipple look farther back on the tile. And then you see where we did the underneath where it looks like the stem pokes through. I'm doing it around that, and see right here on either side of the stem and along the outside edges all the way around. And once we shade, it makes such a cool effect. Once we use the Tortillon to blend it, it makes such a nice shadow. So just keep working your way around your tile and just following the lines can be very relaxing too. Okay, and put a little dot in these little orbs of Tipple just to give it a little shadow here. Little touch. Okay, so now grab your Tortillon and let's blend all this. We'll start down here at Nace, the inner corners of the triangle, and along the edges of Nace, the outside edges. Okay, then along the inner border, and I enjoy making these little circular motions and bringing the pencil lid out away from the border a little bit to give it a little shadow here. I just like that circular motion here. I think it's relaxing. And I'll pull it out in the corner here. I just think it gives a nice effect. And then we're going to go around all of the rixties and Tipple. Just take your time and relax and enjoy just following the lines all the way around. All right, I love the shading. I love the effect shading makes on a tile. So now it's time for step 7, initial and sign. Grab your pen and pick a spot to put your initial or your chop, and then turn it over on the back. And this will first sign your name to your artwork. And this is TangleBreak 2026. And the tangles we did today were Nace, Rixty, and Tipple. And step 8 is appreciate again. And I love how it turned out. And I hope you enjoyed our break today. And I will see you next time on Tangle Break. Bye for now.